Hey, what's up, guys? This is Crypto Clutch here again. I just want to do a quick little update. It's currently only a day after the last video I just posted. And I still haven't posted the video where I basically rambled on about the racks, but I didn't really get that many comments below, so I'm still wanting to know how I should set up my things. If I should do different colors on each row and have like a red rack, a blue rack, maybe a white rack, and like a green rack or something like that. But definitely let me know. So the main thing that we did today was we color coded pretty much all of the wires. So now that I know exactly where every single wire goes to according to the PDU, as well as we managed, well, this one was already managed, but this one, it's a mess, I know, but that's kind of what's going to happen when this many cables. I might redo some of the cable management on the actual power cords to have it managed back that way instead of all right here, because it's a lot of cables right there. But you can kind of see that it's just almost tripped over that, but there's 6 PDUs right there that are powering this whole rack. There's still one more spot for an ASIC miner that I can put right there. Then this one was done the other day too. There's still a little bit to be desired for the cable management, but it's not terrible. I still have to rerun, basically just redo that whole box right there, and then I need to add at least one more box, maybe 2 more boxes here. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could do 2 more, well, no, 3 more boxes right here, and I would still have enough circuitry in here to do that. I don't know what I would run off of that. I know I need 1 circuit for my Chia miners, which you guys are probably looking at these hard drives just laying on the floor and be like, what are you doing, Crypto? I mean, Clutch, whatever you want to call me. Why do you have all these hard drives on the floor? Well, it's because this thing fell off its rack, or off its rail a little bit. So I was trying to get as much weight off of it as possible. I still need to pull this out, but I've talked about this before, but I have several Chia systems just sitting here doing nothing, as well as some packages I need to ship off tomorrow. But yeah, that's what we were doing today, and we'll quickly go look at the other PDUs that I was messing with. So we got that one, and then we got this one, which is a little bit better on the cable management, but it's also only 5 PDUs and not nearly all the cords like that one. That one had all the cords, and that has 8 cords per shelf versus this one only has like 6 to 7 per shelf. So, but there's still like this one that doesn't have any miners on it, and as well as these cases, we did not run the cables down there. They're all just bundled up right here because like most of these cases weren't working anyways, so there's really no reason to run it. I did hook up my dad's 5700 rig with I think it has one 3070 in it, but it's not doing anything. As you can see, it's just a blank screen, so I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I need to figure that out for him. And I got rid of the last 3 L3s that were in here and moved a couple miners over here. Like I moved an S9 over here, which for some reason it's not working. So yeah, I think this is the one that I need to reflash the SD card, so I need to work on that one. I think these are both good, but I'm not really sure. And these are my X3 units. They mine Kryptonite. They make a little bit of money, but not much. I also have 3 more of those over here up there, which are also not running. They don't really pull much power. I think I can get like 400 K souls for like 350 watts to 400 watts, which isn't a lot, but it's just the coins that they mine are super tiny because they were originally made to mine XMR, but XMR quickly forked off the network and went to something else. So they used to be really, really profitable, but all the coins that are left are like really tiny and basically worthless. So, I've had them for a long time, just sitting there doing nothing in the shed. I figured I'd bring them over here in case I've, maybe decided to run them someday if I'm bored. But right now, like I said, I'm still going through and setting clock fan speeds on all these miners, trying to get them cooler, because today it was 95 degrees outside and it was about 120 over here in this area, or at least it was 120 up there above the exit sign, because that's where my sensor is. So I need to work on that a little bit. I mean, it's everything was still running. It's just like I said, chips start to get really hot and they don't like to run hot like that. And for whatever reason, even though they want their chips to run cool, they didn't make auto fan the default setting, and it doesn't really even have an auto fan. You have to turn it up yourself. So, and I mean, I'm fine with running these fans at full tilt for a long time. If they die, they're $5, and unlike a GPU fan, well, some GPU fans are easy to replace, but unlike most GPU fans, it's just 4 screws and plugging in a regular fan wire. So it's really not hard to replace them, and they're not that expensive. You can probably get it down cheaper if you were buying them in bulk, which I normally would buy probably 40 to 50 when I wanted to order some fans. I believe I still have some sitting around, so I don't think I need to worry about that. But I do want to get these GPU rigs running, and that one, because these are all full of cards like this. They're mostly 480/470 rigs or 580 rigs, but it is important to get them running, because I need every dollar I can get in this market, because these guys, the coin that it mines, it's just still tanking. It went down to $2.27 from $3.20 just a day ago, so that's not great for me. I'm still holding my bags basically at this point, hoping that it goes back up to $3, but I do have to pay the rent tomorrow, and that's most of the money I have is tied up in this coin. So I might have to sell for a little bit of a loss, because I just don't have a choice. It's because I gotta spend the money on the rent. So it kind of sucks, because I would have had a lot more money if I didn't have to sell currently, if I just could wait a few days. But it's also possible that it just keeps tanking and goes down even further, because Bitcoin kind of broke the 35,600 I think was the support, and it broke right through that back down to the $34,000 range. But I do think we are still in a good spot. Just from the charts, it looks like we could be going back up again. It just kind of depends. We're in murky water still. So once we get that confirmation, I'll be in a much better place. But right now I'm still a little nervous. I do still have 45 L3s coming my way. I do have some listed on my website, but the website is it's just a blank page with a couple products on it. But I just want to get the word out, it will be coming. I will be selling L3s, anything that I can make that is in high demand. That's what I want to sell. I'm going to be selling some of these cases on there, some power supplies, maybe doing those 1200 watt server power supply kits. But you guys should definitely leave down in the comments below what kind of items you would be looking for to buy. Obviously I know not everyone can pay the prices I have listed on there, but like I said on the last video, I could do some, if you guys are watching my YouTube channel, you guys can get some better discounts on what I'm selling. But yeah, so that's kind of it what I wanted to talk about. Kind of want to keep it nice and short, but I hope you guys enjoy looking at a much cleaner floor. It's still not perfect, because I still have to add the circuits and move the circuits over there. That way I'm not blocking this door. But this is way better than what it was just yesterday. If you go back and look at the video, I had cables just laying all over on the floor, and they're still on the floor, but like I said, I have some guard dogs to cover this. Now that I might want to look at putting a couple circuits down there, so it's a straight shot, but I'm not really sure. I could just use longer. Yeah, I think that's just going to have to how it's going to stay. I might try and reorganize some of these, how they're plugged in, and try and get some of those shorter ones to be closer to this side, but we'll kind of have to see. And then this one, I probably will have to use the longer PDUs in order to get down to it. And in the future, I'll put more circuits over here. Now I technically do still have some circuitry available in this panel. Not much. I only have 3 more circuits in here, which doesn't, because I can add another. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I could add one more 2-pole breaker to this panel if I wanted to, but we'll see. I could also add some more to that panel. It can take, I think, that panel could take 3 more because it has that 3-phase breaker in it. But I can only support so many off of this transformer because I can only safely run about 140,000 watts. Well, it's not really safe. That's going a little above safe. So this disconnect, it's got a 200 amp feed going to it, which 200 amps at 480 volt, 3-phase can do about 135,000 watts. But I'd probably push it to about 140,000 watts, but that would be about the max if I wanted to do that. Because this transformer is good for 150,000 watts. That panel is easily rated for well over that. It's rated for 600 amps at 120, 208, 3-phase. So, well, basically it's just 600 amps at 120 volts, but instead of it being like single phase like what's over there, it's got the 3 phases. So it has that 33% extra power, and I can install these, whenever I need to. I did talk to the power company yesterday, and we were talking about adding more power to here, because I don't know if I talked about this in the last video, but basically the transformer, so if you guys are looking to do your own farm, just be aware most power companies will overrate their transformers. Like, basically they'll only rate it to what you think you're going to use. So if you think you're going to use like 50,000 watts and you tell them that, but you say, like you have like me, where you have an 800 amp 480 volt service, 50,000 watts, it's not even close to running enough of that service that they put in, that you put in, and then you tell them how much power you're going to use. They're going to go based off of that, not what you're actually putting this, like what size breaker you're feeding, if that makes sense. So currently they're feeding this 800 amp service with 3 75 kVA transformers, which is good for 225,000 watts continuous load. But you can push them a little bit harder, but you're not supposed to do that 24/7 because they will eventually blow up, and that's not good. So I'm in the works of getting those upgraded to at least 3 150s, preferably something bigger, because if they do something bigger, I could upgrade my service with I'd have to put a new panel in, so and run new wires. So I don't know if I'm going to do that, but if they put 3 150s in, I still couldn't use the full amount of power, because that would only be good for 450,000 watts, and I can only use, with these 3 transformers, with the wiring setup I have, I can only use 140,000, so I'm losing 30,000 watts. So that puts me down to 420,000 watts total that I can use on my current setup. So I could probably just do a whole nother 150 kVA transformer, and I could max out my 800 amp service. Now obviously if I did that, that's a lot of power to be running in here. It's a lot of heat, but I'm far away from that, unless the sales business just really takes off, because right now I just don't have money coming in like I used to, where I could I would get 30 to 50k a month all profit, and I could just spend that all right back onto GPUs. Now I have 15k a month in bills, and I'm only making anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 a month, which is still a lot, don't get me wrong, but if you have a $15,000 bill on to do that, it's just the amount of hardware I can buy is less, also because the price of the hardware has gone up a lot. So we'll see. Like my connection on the L3s, the prices went up by $200 a unit, which is really big when when you're trying to make the most money. But I mean, the Dogecoin profits are up like crazy, so unless Dogecoin goes back down, which I don't want that either. Well, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing. If I can get some more units ordered, it wouldn't be that bad. But anyways, like, I want profits to be up because then my sales go faster. But yeah, we'll kind of see what happens. But if I keep talking about stuff, I'm gonna ramble on forever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely check out the links down below. I have a Coinbase referral and a HiveOS referral. If you guys are interested in joining either of those, it will help out the channel as well as give you some money to help you start out. And definitely check out the Discord channel and check out Red Panda Mining's Discord channel. Awesome guy, really did good content. While I'm on it, since you guys are, if you're watching this far, thank you, obviously. But would you guys want to see me, set up some miners, do some more like GPU stuff, or like do a more Chia-based video? Just tell me what you guys want to see. So yeah, CryptoCut signed off.